Uh, SEC would probably be the first place. Maybe, the Big 12, Big 10, ACC or something like that. You would see that talent, but he decided to go to Houston, and you got to commend him for it. Houston is on the map. I seen Houston play a couple years ago in the Peach Bowl here in Georgia when they played Florida State, and they gave Florida State the business. So, they're making a little bit of a name for themselves. So, and they did a really good job of recruitment. Now, we're not going to get into the recruiting because we already talked about that in another show. There's no need to bring stuff like that up unless something come out. But Ed Oliver, look him up on YouTube. Look at him, his stats. And if you haven't already, the dude's going to be serious. But me, myself, again, I will be a little mum on it. I'll be a little bit quiet. The person that would be talking about it and all this stuff, probably already talking about, what they're going to do in the NFL is people like Lopan. Indeed. Yeah. Lopan will be out there, probably already, talking about endorsements deals. Indeed. Yes. And then you would be getting in trouble, Lopan. Indeed. And then you will be picking up an agent and not even supposed to have an agent just under the table, right? Indeed. Okay. See? That's why you should just keep quiet. Lopan, just let me point you in the right direction. We are getting a call now. Who is calling the show? Now they just hung up. Maybe they'll call back again. It may be, you know what? Could be someone trying to sell me on some real estate. You never know. You never know who will call this show, but they hung up. But call again if you're out there, if you're listening to the show. I'll pick up. We'll talk. But again, Ed Oliver, we're going to stay in college. And this was an interesting story that came about that was that crossed my mind. And it was about Penny Hardaway. Yes, Anthony Hardaway. I'm going to use his real name. He has been in the past coaching high school basketball. And now he's in the news that the University of Memphis, which is his alma mater, where he came from, is seriously considering picking him up as their next head coach. Now, there's only one problem. Tubby Smith is their coach right now. Now, they're saying that it's reported that Memphis is seriously, considering firing Tubby Smith, replacing him with Penny Hardaway. And the question begs, is that really a good move? I mean, Tubby Smith has coached for years, and maybe that's what's working against him, that Tubby Smith has coached for years. Now, I'm not advocating for someone to lose their job. It's more of if the job is not getting done and they decide they need to go in a new direction and move on to something else, then okay, But let's just be real about this. Penny Hardaway at his alma mater, people know about Penny Hardaway. People know about people don't know about Anthony Hardaway. They know about Penny Hardaway. And this could help with recruiting. Now, I'll be honest, because if I'm a kid and Penny Hardaway walks into my living room, I'm not saying I'm going to go there, but I'm definitely going to listen. But also, this is maybe local talent as well, because if they are losing local talent that is leaving to go outside of the state, then maybe this is why they're getting Penny Hardaway as well. This is all about who you got, with these kids now. You're not going to be able to come in there, like Tubby Smith. I like Tubby Smith. Tubby Smith has had an excellent coaching career, and you got to give him all the credit. But these kids are moving in a whole different direction. I don't know if Tubby is keeping up, with how that movement is going, but a youth movement. Penny is still young. I want to say Penny is probably 42, 43, somewhere around there. So that's still fairly young. I'm sure he could talk to him about Snapchat, the gram or something like that. Maybe not Facebook. I heard Facebook is for old people now, but he could keep up, with that type of stuff. And then he could recruit those players that Memphis would need. And they've gotten them before. Derrick Rose went there. Anthony Hardaway, of course, went there. Now, that's a local product, but they got Derrick Rose out of Chicago, So this is more of getting talent to come in and also keeping your talent that is in state and making sure that they're not leaving, at this point. So very, very interesting what's going on with college basketball right now. This could also be a move where Memphis is trying to say, well, look, we're clean over here. Not to say they were already dirty or anything like that, but we're clean. We got a guy coming from high school up to the ranks. He played professional. So you don't have the NCAA or the FBI per se looking in your backyard to see, what's going on with what you're doing, because you got a fresh guy and someone that, the kids can appeal to. So I'm not advocating again for Tubby Smith to lose his job just so Penny can have a job. It is if Tubby's not getting it done, everyone knows this is a result business. But if he's not getting it done or he's not communicating well, with the kids or anything like that, then it's time to go. It's time to go. Now, what's also is time is that we take another break. We take our first break. I said another break, but we're going to take a break and we're going to come back. We're going to stay in these coaching news, but a different type of coaching news, something that could be a first in NCAA history, full time that is. And what I'm talking about, we'll get to in just a moment, but we're going to listen to these words from some of our X Squad affiliate members and others during the program break, and then we'll come back and we'll get into some more sports talk. You're listening to the Wait a Minute Show with your man, Jelani JB Bodie, and my co-host, Lopan, who does nothing.
Hey, what's up, everybody? I am Vince Wright, the sports governor, and you know me from the Sports Done Right show. But when I'm not doing Sports Done Right, I'm in the executive mansion chilling with the Wait a Minute Show. That's right, Jelani, Lopan, indeed. Keep it tuned here, y'all. The Wait a Minute Show. My name is Vince Wright, and I approve this message.
Yo, this is your boy Keith C from the
Kicking It With Keith C show.
When I want to jam, I'm jamming with Queen Josie and DJ New as they're kicking those vibes.
Don't be a crook who steals. Buy what you need at DougieDeals.com.
We don't take orders from super fools. We give them.
Give it to you.
Any and all resistance will crumble. Nonsense. There's never been a threat
Squad.
couldn't handle. It is the purpose of the
Squad.
to align our infamous forces against the powers of good and defeat them, leaving us, the rulers of the world.
We are back, ladies and gentlemen. You are listening to
It's the Wait a Minute Show
on the Two Live Stews Radio Network. Me and Lopan again, who does nothing. Indeed. Yes, indeed. You do nothing, Lopan. That's all you do. You just sit here and talk. And for whatever reasons, people love it. Indeed. I hate you, Lopan. I really do. I hate your stinking guts. You get on my nerves. Indeed. Stop talking. Just stop it. So, we are back, and we were talking about, before the break, we were talking about Penny Hardaway possibly up for a coaching position in the NCAA, but also who is up possibly for a coaching position in the NCAA as well as Spurs assistant Becky Hammond. Yes, so she is in the news, and they are saying that Colorado State is considered her as a top candidate to take over the head coaching job of the men's program. Not the ladies, the men. So former coach Larry Eustace, he resigned last month it was a school investigation going on, and about his conduct. So he's out of there. So there's a vacant spot available now. For those who don't know, Becky Hammond was a former WNBA star, and she balled out, because you don't be a WNBA star by just showing up. So she balled out. She became the first full-time female assistant coach in the NBA, and she's on with the San Antonio Spurs, and they hired her back in 2014. So obviously she's still on the roster, and so she's contributing. And just like any other Spurs assistant, people take a look and people, wonder, how would they be for our team? There's other coaches who have come from the Spurs coaching tree to go on and coach at other places. So this is no surprise. I think some people might be surprised, about how it would be, I guess, accepted. And to myself, more power to her. I hope she gets the job. If she's the right person, if she's the right coach, I'm going to say that again, and I'm put emphasis on the last word. If she's the right coach, doesn't matter what you are. She can go in there. She can command the respect. She has had success. She knows basketball X and O's more than any of those kids that's going to come in there. And basically, she needs to let them know that she's not playing around, and now recruiting, that will be a little bit different because, again, we're talking about Penny walking into somebody's, living room. It's going to be a little bit different if Miss Becky walks into somebody's living room. But she's going to go in there with the same message. I'm going to make sure your kid graduate. I'm going to make sure your kid becomes an outstanding, outstanding person in the community as well. Outstanding student. They're going to, play basketball. They're going to reach their full potential. I don't see, to me, it's really not news, but because it is the first time, people are going to make it news. I think there was a young lady in 2003. It was Teresa Phillips. Exactly. She was in an interim game. She coached in 2003 for Tennessee State. But this would be full time, full go. Like I said, on recruitment trips, on games, putting together a coaching staff. Now, you got to think Becky knows it's not just about her. Any good coach knows it's not about them. It's about their surrounding. It's about their supporting cast. So that's where I would pretty much grade her on, is that who's your supporting cast? Who are you going to bring in there? Now, we talked about Penny Hardaway. It's rumored that he would bring in someone like Larry Brown. Larry Brown. Oh, okay. Just a Hall of Famer, coach, won an NBA championship. Yeah, he's pretty good, So, not saying that Becky got to get a Hall of Fame coach, but she has to get a coach that is respected across all, Pee-wee, high school, middle school, college, NBA, across the board. I think that's what would help her. And then you just grade her just like you would grade any other coach on wins and losses. And if your students are getting in trouble, and if they're graduating. Colorado State is not a school that kids go to be one and done. So this is going to be a stepping stone, I really think, for her. You get another coaching experience underneath your belt. Now this one is a head coaching experience. And, it's been rumored that maybe she might be an NBA coach. That's down the road. Now don't worry about that at that point. It's very hard to get those jobs, whether a man, woman, dog, alien, whatever. It's only 30 of them. It's very hard to get those jobs. So I really wouldn't worry about that. But I think she can't do any worse than some of these other college coaches that's out there. So congratulations if she gets the job. I can't get the kids up because she doesn't have the job yet. If she gets the job, then I'm going to get the kids up, bring them in here, and then go ahead and give it up. for Becky, Hammond. But just the fact that she's a top candidate, shows that this woman